Looks like we're back. Welcome to round number 2 of the Door Fragbite Open 2012. This is Eclypsia versus No Tie Hunter, and I'm Luminous from thecommentator's.com. Normally, I'll be joined by a co-caster, and of course, this is B-Bong773's tournament to cast. Him and Shredkid, both of them from thecommentator's.com as well. Due to unfortunate events, which is known as higher school education, they will not be here today, and you guys are stuck with me casting this one. It is No Tie Hunter on the Dire side, Eclypsia on the Radiant. Seems like it is Eclypsia that has the first pick in ban. Prophet and Templar Assassin are their bans. Meanwhile, it is going to be Wisp and something else on No Tide. I saw No Tide completely decimate a different team just earlier today. And let's see how Eclypsia will fare. Now, Eclypsia recently signed team. I'm not sure if I've heard of most of these players. I'm not sure if that M is Mag or somebody else. But No Tide is definitely going to be the favorite walking into this match. They're more known, they're more experienced, and they've been winning a lot more game than Eclypsia. Well, there is that art style? I think that's art style on, I don't know. I have not been following the scene way too much, so all I could really provide is in commentary, or in-game commentary in terms of what they'll be doing with their heroes and whatnot. I cannot tell you to save my life who is actually doing what lately in the scene. But now it is going to be Naga. That's not going to be doing anything in this game as she is banned up. Eclypsia has the first pick. What will it be? We saw Rubik being first picked up last game. It is going to be Darkseer, and I could stand by this choice. I feel like Darkseer is one of de facto most OP hero in the game. Simply he teamfights, he long lanes, he survives, he ganks, he does a lot. But it's going to be a Rubik and a Lone Druid, so Amaro Bulldog will be playing on a Lone Druid, and really we're not going to see a Tie Hunter. Or we still might, as S4 solo mid the tie last game. Rubik, of course, a very, very powerful solo mid in his own right. Or maybe it is going to be someone else soloing mid. Just making sure that we're all doing well. We're all doing well in terms of the lag, in terms of the stream issues. Yep, everything's fine. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this game. It's going to be Tie Hunter and Chen. Going to be the first and second pick, or second and third pick for Eclypsia. So a lot of early game aggression from Chen. And of course, once Tie Hunter hits level 6 and once Darkseer hits, I want to say level 8 or 9, then we're going to see a lot more team fight coming out from Eclypsia. So this is going to be somewhat of a difficult time for No Tie Hunter, as so far what I'm looking at, Lone Druid is going to be de facto the hardest carry in the game, and it's going to be Chen to put as much disruption on the tower as well as his laning phase as possible, as well as the team fight of Eclypsia much later on. So we'll see how well the early game is for Eclypsia, because if they don't do anything on the early game, if this game goes late, No Tie Hunter is going to have this in the bag with Lone Druid getting a lot of farm. Now, we all know what Lone Druid can do. He can be going for Radiant Rush, or he could be going for the less popular Maelstrom Rush, and going for a lot of DPS that way. We'll see exactly what the build it is for him. We also have seen once in a blue moon, and I do mean once in a blue moon, where Lone Druid goes for something a little bit more supportive, a little bit more utility based, something like a Vlad, something like a Meg, even a Pipe. I haven't seen those Lone Druid in years, but we might see in this game as NTH gets picked up. Now, Lone Druid, generally when he's picked up as the hardest de facto carry and, you know, all that stuff. But now when you have Lone Druid and NTH, Lone Druid is not expected to do all the big carry load himself, so he might be going for a little bit more utility base. We'll have to wait and see. Anti-Mage as the second picker, somewhat of a curious pick, because not only does he do terribly against Chen, as, you know, what is Anti-Mage going to do against a push, he is not so hot against Darkseer in the laning phase, nor is he really good against Tie Hunter during the teamfight stage. So I have really no clue what this anti-mage pick is about, but I've seen teams very, very frequently lately been picking up a lot of dual semi-carries, dual carry strats. We've seen anti-mage Chaos Knight recently in the MLG prize fight that I cast with Purge Gamers. Now we're seeing Lone Druid anti-mage, so this is something different, and hopefully that we're going to see more of it, because I love double carry strats. I feel like it's always nice to see not a single hero getting all of farm, but two heroes getting a lot of farm. and seeing how they interact with each other, how they interact with the enemy team. And it's going to be Chaos Knight as well, Shadow Shaman banned up here for No Tide, Enigma, Enchantress, as well as Leshrac being banned out by Eclypsia. Very, very surprisingly to see Enigma as well as Leshrac being banned out by Eclypsia, because they could sure use those heroes. I mean, they have this team fight thing going on, they have this push thing going on. Both those heroes are great addition to their team, so maybe they're not going for a concentrated push or a concentrated team fight. Maybe they're going to take this game to a late game against an anti-major Lone Druid with their 4th or 5th pick. I have no idea how this pick ban is shaping out right now. I gotta say though, Eclypsia have to really make a huge dent in the armor of No Tide early on, because if they don't, Lone Druid and Anti-Mage is going to be somewhat scary. But with that said, Lone Druid and Anti-Mage have 0 crowd control. They have very, very unreliable way to stun people. So, you know, they're not going to do too much until they get farmed. So Eclypsia is going to be in the driver's seat. And let's see what kind of car they'll be driving today. We've seen a lot of viewers just popping into the stream. I am Luminous from DotaCommentaries.com, and I'm currently casting the Door Fragbite Open. Generally, this tournament is being casted by BBalling773 as well as Shredkid. They are not here today, so you guys are here with me, whether you like it or not. Twin Head Dragon, I am in love with this hero. With this recent change with the Ice Path, he's finally in the pro scene. I remember back in the days where he's getting patch change every single patch. They're either buffing his Liquid Fire, they're buffing his Macro Pyre, they're buffing Ice Path, but nobody's picking it. But now, finally, with the recent change of Ice Path, he's picked constantly in the pro scene, and he's doing quite well. I mean, he's a great pusher, great addition to his lineup, a lot of AoE, and to be honest, a very, very good lockdown. Finally, Luna to round things out. I'm in love with the Eclypsia lineup. I think they're great throughout all stages of the game. In the ultra late stage, I think she will absolutely get out carried by Lone Druid and Anti-Mage. But what Luna gives you, not many carry or any carry gives you early on, is very, very high early pushing DPS for the entire team due to Lunar's Blessing, as well as great DPS output with her Eclipse. Eclypsia, using Eclipse, you know, I don't even know where I come up with these ingenious things to say. But I really love this lineup. It's very, very balanced. They have great early game, great mid game, and great late game. So looking forward to see how they handle the laning stage. One of the sad things of casting solo and not casting with a co-caster is you don't get water breaks in between without having this awkward silence in between. Invoker is going to be the last pick here, and Invoker, I think he's got to do a lot. I'm expecting him to go for the Quali2 build because it does give his team the very, very necessary and very, very short crowd control they need, because how are they going to deal with this? Also, I feel like EMP Tornado is going to be a good answer to Tidehunter, as well as to a certain extent Jakiro and Darkseer, as they don't have the biggest mana pool, and a lot of the spells cost a ton of mana. So if you could hit a very, very key EMP Tornado, you're going to have a decent chance walking to this kind of mid game as the push is going to be coming. But again, Eclypsia in the driver's seat. Let's talk about the players as they're picking their heroes. M is going to be playing on the Darkseer. On Stop is going to be playing on Tidehunter. Chen being handled by Vitakalatam. I don't even want to say that again. Ivan going to be playing Luna, and the last player will be playing Jakiro. Meanwhile, S4, the solo mid player being handling the Invoker. We have Eternal Envy Captain playing the Rubik. Amro Bulldog, of course, on his signature Lone Druid. We have Black stand-in, part of the team, not sure, playing Anti-Mage, and the last player playing the Venomancer, I think it was. A short pause, and this is a very, very good time for me to drink water. Alright, here we go. Looks like the pause. Let me see if there's any interesting early game purchase. Well, this is interesting indeed. Generally, we don't see a Mantle of Intelligence, but we will see it here. Black gonna be walking on the bot lane. I don't think I'd introduce a Venom player. Kizzle, who played the beautiful Enigma last game, will be handling the Venom Master here. I love the early Sentry War pickup. I feel like early Sentry War pickup is one of the kind of finer thing to do in a pro game for support players, because you know they could plop down wards and whatnot to see you coming, and you sentry that up, and they're probably playing without vision for 6 minutes, which is a huge advantage if you think about it. NTH leading the charge, no spell being excuse me, being skilled at this moment just yet. Twin Head Dragon, oh man, does he see this coming? Very dangerous, as Chen perhaps a little bit out of position. Gale could have hit, but really no follow-up here. Lone Druid with the spear skilled up. I think we're gonna see a long lane Lone Druid, perhaps with the support of a Venom Master. This ward, does it even block? That's the question. We'll see in just a couple of seconds if it does block. Of course, S4 will be going in mid, and Eternal Envy will be supporting Black on the top lane. Let's see how the Radiant is doing with their laning. Very stable. Luna Twin Head Dragon on the bot lane, dual lane. Of course, we're going to have Chen defensive jungle, trying to de-ward a magic bush ward that is not going to be there. On the mid lane, it is going to be Unstop playing the Tide Hunter. We saw S4 decimate the mid lane earlier with the Tide. To be honest, I thought he was just going to lose the lane against the Destroyer, but due to a very timely gank from Emerald Bulldog, that's going to be good. But he's going to have a tougher time, I think, against Invoker. Invoker seemingly going to be going for a Quas Wex build with his Blaze of Attack opening. We'll have to wait and see. It is Quas opening first, but of course, no matter what build you're going for an Invoker, you're always going to open up with Quas first. And finally, on the top lane here, it is going to be Invisible Anti-Mage using Mana Break early on, just to add a tiny bit of extra damage, as well as harassing the mana pool of the Darkseer a little bit. A slow start from both teams, no early dive, no first blood, but here we go, as we have a little bit of Silver shenanigans. We've seen this quite a bit. Ice Path, and slow it down a little bit, make that bear take a little bit more damage, but with the Stout Shield, he should be fine. He's going to try to run this entire crew wave right in front of his tier 2 tower, maybe even run it between towers, and make sure that he is going to hit level 2, level 3 undisrupted. And of course, being a Slow Bear would have a lot of early game deep. Ooh, Ice Path, that's going to hit on actually the hero. And this bear is taking a massive amount of damage. Meanwhile, Luna doing a very good job pulling this and actually cutting the Tango through. Was that it? No, I think he just pulled it over here in 3-wave and pulled its camp. So both teams showing some crazy pulls going on. Meanwhile, more pulls going on, a stack pull going on the top lane. That's going to allow these two support players hit level 2 and perhaps even level 2. Back in the mid lane, it is going to be a double Quas build. So definitely a Quas Wex build, I imagine. And you can see Unstop being stopped right now, at least in the laning stage, having a tough time. S4, despite hitting through a Stout Shield as well as a Kraken Shell, just doing massive amount of harassing. He's not afraid of harass because he's having a lot of regen per second thanks to those Quas Orbs. And meanwhile, Emerald Bulldog farming in between tier 2 and tier 1 towers. This is nice to see. He was forced to resummon his bear one more time, as it's taking quite a bit of damage. Finally, I think they have... yeah, apparently this does block. I'm going to try this out in my own pub games, warding this one off, because nobody expects a war like this. Very nicely done here by No Tide. No Tide is playing against the Tide. Let's see if they're going to be handling that one. Luna is going to be denying quite a bit due to his Lunar's Blessing. Look at that, hitting for already near 70 damage. Over 70 damage, doing pretty well. Back in the mid lane here, though, Unstop is going to get himself a bottle, and that bottle is going to be absolutely key against the Tide Hunter. You can see that he's walking right in. He's trying to use the Anchor Smash. There's an Anchor Smash for a little bit of harass. A temp here on the bot lane. It's going to be a double damage being secured up by that Twin Head. So now Ty's going to have a beautiful time. Meanwhile, one thing I haven't talked about on Twin Head Dragon or Jakiro is that he's a support hero that has a lot of initiation range with his Ice Path, rivaling those of Crystal Nova from the Crystal Maiden, rivaling that of the Earthshaker, and we're talking about, you know, over a 1,000 range initiation. So this is one of the many reasons that he's seeing a lot more play now after the Ice Path change. Anti-Mage going to be walking in with his teammates, going to be pushing it up. Eternal Envy, or excuse me, Kizzles is going to be putting that extra point into Poison Sting. I actually dislike this build This, by the way, is the complete standard build, but because he's not actually harassing anybody in lane, this extra point into Poison Sting is not going to do too much. I'd rather see the extra point going into a Plague Ward, but it doesn't make too big of a difference as the push is commencing. Back in the mid lane though, the Poison, or excuse me, the Cold Snap, really doing a big number against this TIE Hunter despite the double damage being popped. Still is S4 controlling this lane with relative ease, I might add. M is going to be going on the top lane here, working on the Soul Ring, but tower has been pushed down. Good push with the Siege unit. It looks like they're going to pressure a little bit on the tier 2. Does anybody even have a Ring of Basilius? No, they don't. They just have the, massive creep wave as well as Fable and wards and whatever else to push down this tower. Up to about 1400 gold on NTH. Did pick up a Quelling Blade, I imagine, or no, upgraded his Poor Man's Shield. More like, he could actually go for a Midas if he wants to do so. I mean, 4 minutes in would have the Midas recipe being completely finished, but for now, not going to go for it. TIE Hunter is still going for those runes. One of the better ways to shut down a Invoker in the mid lane is to outrune him, because he doesn't have exactly the best pushing capability, and he really doesn't like to leave the lane to grab runes because he wants to get as much EXP as possible. As a result, heroes like TIE Hunter can go into lane and grab those runes and stand a better chance against this Invoker. Back on the bot lane, we're going to see a big smoke gank, and this smoke not going to be dispelled. Luna Beam is going to be coming in right now, and that Ice Path is got to hit. It's got to hit. The Ice Path will hit, and the right clicks will commence. There's a test fade from Ivan. He's going to pick up the first blood here. Nicely done. It looks like they're going to transition into a push. Of course, this is not exactly the best pushing creep available, but he is going to Shockwave. He is going to provide 4 HP regen per second for all of these guys, so it's not going to be too bad. Tower going to be working down low. Glyph, 5-second Glyph, trying to delay this. And here we go. Admiral Bulldog's got to be careful. There is a Ice Path slowing everybody down. And the last hit's going to get nicely denied. Admiral Bulldog, despite feeding in the lane, going to be okay in terms of denying the tower. That's slowing down the push. Absolutely crucial. Back in the top lane here, you can see Anti-Mage doing a little bit of harass. Ansha harassing him quite a bit as well. Blinking right now, chasing him. He's not level 6. Does have a Ring of Help being picked up. So he's going to be going for the standard Battle Fury build. No cheesy, no greedy Midas build here for Anti-Mage. These guys are smoked up walking into the river here. Hopefully they have smoked somewhere over here and not under the gaze of that Observe Ward. All they really need is a Gale, a couple of right clicks, and Unstoppable will be stopped. He's only got 400 HP. And if he could bait out early game Ravage, that wouldn't be too bad. Here we go, Telekinesis, and the Gale will hit. Toss him back. And, well, did the Gale hit? Yes, the Gale did hit. Wow, he's trying to use the Ravage or trap, baiting something out, faking it with a fake Ravage champ. But easy kill being picked up here by Rubik as a 3-man successful gank. Back on the bot lane here, Luna still being ultra aggressive. That is Admiral Bulldog, only at level 4, and because he's only at level 4, his spear will not be too effective as a harassing tool, as he will not get the Entangle mech until level 5. There you go, there is the bear. As there's a corpse of the bear right next to the bear. That I never figured that one out. Can it just upgrade without dying? It is so brutal. So brutal. Nice D-ward here by Kizzle, as he does have to pick up the boots of speed, and I believe Rubik has picked that one as well. Quickly check. No boots on Twin Head, although he's going to have it very soon, and Chen does have the boots. And the reason I'm checking very closely, one of the, as we see a dive attempt coming in, Ravage being used against Admiral Bulldog, and the right click is going to get picked up by Ivan, but here we go. Luna is going to get Gale. Tower is focusing on Unstoppable. We're going to see Fable and Telekinesis being casted. There is a Telekinesis Fable. The Fable not bouncing Eclipse on the 2 hero, and not going to be enough. The beam coming in right now. Nice Anchor Smash for 1 kill. Does he have Gush? He's trying to get the mana up, He can actually bottle through this, because bottle regen will not get cancelled by this 5 thing. You have to do 20 damage to actually cancel our regen, like Clarity as well as South. I think if he bottled enough, he could have got a gut off against Kizzle and got the kill. Unfortunately, he did not do it and missed a kill attempt. But good job here by getting another kill against Lone Druid. And Ivan able to pick up 2 kills before dying that 1 stair. Of course, very good job picking up a Tranquil Boots as well. Tranquil Boots is a de facto boot choice here for Luna player. First popularized by IG back in TI2. And the reason that you want to get Tranquil Boots is, first of all, we're looking at freaking 410 movement speed before the drums being picked up. With the drums picked up, we're looking at 430 movement speed. That's before the drums charge being popped. What's the drum charge part? We're looking at almost max movement speed. You're going to outrun anybody. And that's absolutely huge. And of course, a nice regen is pretty decent as well. Attack speed is, somewhat lost if you forgo the treads. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean, she's gonna have enough attack speed once she picks up the Yasha and whatnot. Back in the mid lane, Eternal Envy. Harassing things a little bit here. And we have the Twin Head Dragon walking down. He is going to be scouted, I believe, this Observer Ward or this Plague Ward. Yeah, they do see it with the help of this Sentry Ward as well. A slow game in the mid game. You gotta remember, I've said this many times, you know, during the Pigman stage. Eclypsia's gotta be in the driver's seat. They gotta be the one that's pushing down towers. They gotta be the one that's getting a lot of kills. And if you look at the game right now, they're even on tower count, they're down 1 kill. I think they're absolutely fine despite having not exactly the best early game heroes. NTH, you know, a very poor early game hero. And, you know, Amber Bulldog's got ganked twice, but he's level 6, so I think right now Env is doing fine. Much thanks to the great roaming of Eternal Envy as well as Kizzles. They're all over the place, making sure that nobody is dying, and if they're dying, they're going to get a couple kills in return. So right now, Eclypsia, especially with the Ravage coming off cooldown, they gotta get a push going on. You can see that they're slowly trying to do it in the mid lane, but really, it's gonna be tough. You know, wards being set up, Kizzle already level 5, so those are level 3 Plague Wards, and you're not gonna push down this tower, so these guys have to back off. Twin Head Dragon looking for level 6. The new skill build of Twin Head Dragon has been very different from the old skill build. Old skill build, you max dual breath, and right now, most players are they're like Ice Path as well as Liquid Fire a little bit more, as they're a little bit more useful in the early game. The slow of dual breath is still very nice, don't get me wrong, but damage output is actually a little bit lackluster compared to the Ice Path. Here we go, Tyhunter walking right now. He does have the Ravage. Little pull attempt here being done. Ooh, oh, gotta be careful. Eternal Envy, Ice Path, that is gonna clip Eternal Envy, and there's gonna be we're gonna have a Eclipse already cooled down. The beam is gonna hit on Kizzle. There's gonna be a Gush drums being even used. There you go, Tornado hit on 3 people. 2 support being picked off, and Ivan picking up 2 more kills for himself. Man, he is getting a lot of kills, and Eclipse coming off cooldown in a very opportune time. He used it earlier in the previous engagement, got off cooldown, and was able to pick up a couple more kills because of that. Back on the top lane here, Anti-Mage diving very much so for a Dark Seer kill. Didn't even use his ultimate there, probably because of the Hand of God came down. But really, Black is playing ultra aggressive, and I like this. And most anti-mage player, once they're, you know, having an early dominance in the game, they will just duck in the jungle and farm. You can see now he's putting on pressure, making sure that Darkseer is not helping his team out on the other sides of the map. Here we go, pick up here from Eternal Envy. Gale's gonna hit on 2, but Ravage, that's gonna hit on 2 here as well. S4 being focused. S4 is gonna go down to the Mega Fire. No, he won't, but he will go down to a Luna Beam. That's 5 kill on Luna right now. And the early game aggression, that's exactly what I talked about. The early game power of Tai, the early game power of Twin Head as well as Luna. Just too much for this no Tai team to handle. Man, maybe they do need a tie because they need some early game team fight, and they're getting none of it, at least right now. Venomancer as well as the Rubik is just not enough, and the question becomes, how much damage will they sustain before they move into a comfortable mid game? Well, they definitely have stronger mid game, you know, semi-carry heroes. They really need a quick Battle Fury. Battle Fury is not done just yet. Anti-Mage going to mid lane trying to take this fight. This is also a very rare opportune moment for Enf to actually do something aggressive because Lunar Eclipse is down as well as Time Hunter ultimate is down. These are 2 very long cooldown ultimates. And without those ultimates, Venomancer as well as Rubik could actually reign supreme if they could get some really good initiation going on, especially with the Invoker as well. So this is time for them to do something, anything. Are they going to be doing it though, or are they going to be using this time to actually sneak somebody in? Oh man, no Tide. Trying to do some crazy shenanigans. Yes, I love this. I love this. They're going to do a Roshan steal. If they could do it, and I think they can because, again, no Ravage, no Eclipse. They gotta still deal with that Jakiro. Jakiro is still very annoying. One combo I have not talked about that we will see in the late game strat is that whenever you run an Invoker with the Syllabear, you are gonna see that Alacrity on the Spear Bear in combination of Synergy, in combination of Rapid, as well as True Form. That bear is gonna be doing massive DPS much later on though, much later on. Emerald Bulldog Spear is tanking it up. The question is, who's going to be picking up this Aegis? You know, generally you want to give it to your carry, so Anti-Mage is the choice. But, you know, Emerald Bulldog's getting ganked quite a bit. Or do you give it to your Invoker? Because Invoker is very important to your team at this point in the game right now. These guys gotta expect that something's going on, right? Because, you know, 3 or 4 heroes been missing off the map for ages. As they're getting an Aegis. Aha! Emerald Bulldog think he's gonna pick it up. Yeah, as no other carry is walking in position. Here we go. Admiral Bulldog. No, just kidding. No, he is gonna pick it up. Tinder got himself an invis rune, so he's gonna be scouting something out. Admiral Bulldog very. Oh, he's switching around. We could probably actually go down to a Gush and a Ravage combo. He's gonna go for solo kill. I think it will be very nice if you trade the Aegis. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's gonna be a Gush and Ravage, not even necessary. Ivan actually need to pop his drums to run away from that bear. Here we go though. It is ice. Ooh, nice ice path. Hitting it on Ivan, but he is gonna be fine. Well played by Eternal Envy, but was not enough. But the tornado will actually hit Ivan. Great chase. They still have the Ravage. Are they gonna be using the Ravage? No Ravage being used. Perfect play here. Wow. M showing some individual high skill play. Eternal Envy hitting 2 clutch ice path, and S4 rotating very beautifully. And they're gonna defend the tier 2. Or tier 1 in the mid lane as well. Nice path being slowing down Eternal Envy a little bit. As well as the arcane boots being dropped. The liquid fire burning this tower down a little bit. Here we go. We do have Venomancer coming in to rotate. Is he gonna hit the Gale? Is he gonna hit the Gale? Trying to juke is the Twin-Head Dragon, and he does not juke this one. Here we go. S4 in position. A 2-man ice path. Nice roam by, or nice dodging S4. And here we go with the ice path being dumped out by Eternal Envy. They're going to pick up that kill, and Eternal Envy is going to find himself an Invis rune as well. Very nice rotation here. Again, it is up to Eclypsia to do a lot of damage right now, and they were doing very well early on until No Tie picking up a couple kills here, and that's going to put themselves right back in the game. I just realized I forgot to put on the last hit check. Really, I don't think you really need to see the last hit. Black has not left the lane for an hour, so he's lasting like beautifully, and Invoker, despite roaming off the lane, still very powerful last hit. We do have Luna as well. Ooh, S4, gotta be careful. Do you have a Force Staff? He does have the Force Staff. It's gonna Force Staff down to low ground, no big deal. Of course, Admiral Bulldog, as expected, is gonna be lasting very poorly, considering that he's died multiple times, being Dota found on that bot lane. 0, 2, and 3, but and of course he used an Aegis as well, so 0, 3, and 3 if you want to look at it that way. Let's check out how we're doing in terms of the gold and experience, and you can see the lead is actually in the favor of the Dire. It is a Midas build. A Midas build on Admiral Bulldog. This is as greedy of a build as you could go for. Again, you don't need to rush a Relic, you don't need to rush a Maelstrom, considering that you do have backup carry support. And the reason that he's putting the Midas on his hero as opposed to putting it on the Spear Bear, I mean, giving your Spear Bear attack speed is great, but the reason that he's putting it on his hero is because when you're using the Midas on your hero, you are getting EXP, whereas when you're using the Midas on your Spear Bear, no EXP will be granted. So that's a big component of, big part of the Midas. Oh, S4 gotta be somewhat careful. He does have the Force Staff. We'll be using it one more time. The big team fight breaking out on the top lane here as Ivan down to about half HP. The neutral's doing massive damage to him. Tornado will pick him as well as the EMP. That's gonna be draining a lot of mana. Eclipse gonna cast, but just one pulse. Arcane Boots gets piled up here. Where's the Ravage? Where's the Ravage? He does have it right now. Blink. There's a Ravage here being used as well as the Macropie, but not enough damage output. And Anti-Mage will be blinking for more kills. He's working on it, but the Gush coming in, and looks like Anti-Mage very low, and the Dual Breath really bring Anti-Mage so low. Tidehunter is gonna get blocked. The Gale is gonna hit. No Ward Trap. Out of mana is Kizzle looking for the kill, but Ty so tanky. Meanwhile, Twin-Head Dragon being surrounded by 2 or 3. He's gonna go for the kill on. No, Anti-Mage not gonna get the last hit here. Meanwhile, Rubik here chasing the Tidehunter down with the help of Venomancer, getting kill as well. That was a team fight. Team wipe against the Tidehunter, against the Darkseer, against the Luna, as well as the Twin-Head Dragon and the Chen. I mean, these are the team fight lineups that you want to have at this stage of the game. Great mobility being played out here, and of course, S4 just using his Force Staff, putting the Luna out of position. You gotta keep in mind that Luna Beam, the Luna Pulse, only got 1 pulse off, and of course the Ravage only got 2 or 3 heroes. So all these spells for the Radiant team not being used to full potential, and because of that, Emph or No Tide is really in a dominating position. We are seeing a 70, I think he finished that Battle Fury 12-13 minutes in, and 4,000 gold, 4 freaking thousand gold on Black's Anti-Mage. Remember, this guy was playing playing farm role in TI2. Like, this guy knows how to farm if you leave him alone. And unfortunately, they did leave him alone on the top lane. They were trying their best to stop Admiral Bulldog, and they did very successfully, I have to add. Eclypsia did a great job in doing so. But I mean, Darkseer against an Anti-Mage, especially when Anti-Mage had the farm lead, he is gonna have Manta Style in just like 2 or 3 minutes. and because of that successful team fights, all those ultimates with long cooldowns, yeah, they are not ready to go, and that means Radiant could have to play defensive for the next minute or so before the ult coming off cooldown. Anti-Mage is going to put a little bit more pressure. Again, one of the more important things when you're playing a farming carry like this, you want to put on pressure on the enemy lanes, and you want to farm very, very dangerous lanes to allow Admiral Bulldog to farm the safe lanes. Sorry for missing that kill. But one thing that a lot of carry players in pub games are like, oh yeah, I'll farm jungle, I'll farm this, I'll farm the creeps in front of my tier 1 towers. If you're a very, very survive carry like what Black is doing right now, you want to farm the very dangerous lanes like right here, to allow your other carries, your other support heroes, to get the safe farms right in front of the tier 2 towers to make sure that everybody's getting farmed, not just Black is getting farmed. So, and we are seeing that Black doing just that, but he is going to take this very, very juicy 3-stack camp here in the jungle, and that's going to put him into Manta style go. You can see the immediate purchase, and here we go. I mean, with the Manta style finish so early, that's a 20-minute Battlefield treads and Manta. Somebody check him if he's go hacking, because this is a level of farm that I have not seen in a long, long while. Of course, the Radiant team with all their ultimate ready, as well as a Blink Dagger on Tide. Eternal Envy is going to just use a Ravage because, well, it's out of time because it's level 1 spell steal. He is going to be stealing a, what? That's got to be a huge mistake by Ivan. Man, just Luna Bleam a creep or something, but Eternal Envy now has a level 2 Eclipse. We'll be dropping it right now. Not the best usage of the Eclipse. It's the Eclipse versus Eclipse. Blink Ravage, they're going to get a double kill in the mid lane. A lot of spell being used. Ravage, BKB, and Eclipse, but they have got a decisive win on the mid lane, and they got a tier 1, and they will be going for a tier 2 tower as well. But Ivan, please use a Luna Bleam afterwards, as you cannot allow enemies to get your ultimates like that. Despite the strong farming Anti-Mage not strong at this point to blink it and find an enemy team of 5, so he has to give up a tier 2. So very important team fight victory for Eclypsia down the mid lane. But look at what Anti-Mage is doing though. Look at the DPS output against this tower. He's going to actually blink in against Luna. He's going to be using the ultimate. No, just faking it out, scaring the bejesus out of that Luna. And still doing some big damage. Look at that tier 2 already long destroyed. And tier 3 in big trouble as well. Despite of the win and despite the tier 1 and tier 2, Anti-Mage is striking some fear in their heart. Again, Anti-Mage saying, yeah, I could be farming jungle, I could do that, or I could be pushing Raxus by myself. Black just playing very, very well so far. Let's check out how we're doing in terms of support here. Kizzle doing well with the drums. Eternal Envy's got drums as well as Arcane Boots. Twin Head Dragon's got nothing. He can have the drums shortly finished. Chen does not have anything. Where the hell's a mech on this team? Is it going to be on the Darkseer? Yes, it is. Darkseer has a mech. Blink, of course, on the TIE Hunter. Luna has a BKB as well as an empty drums. As he was using those drum charge like it meant nothing to him. But a Necrobook attempt. Very, very interesting Necrobook attempt on Chen. Now, Necrobook is a very, very powerful pushing item, but I really don't think it was a good item to purchase in this game. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Necrobook, but against, like, if you're against invisible heroes, or if you mass Necrobook, then that's very, very good. I think in this particular game, you probably want an early game Vlad. Sure, there's not many melee heroes. In fact, there's only two melee heroes, and you really aren't getting the Vlad for the lifesteal. You're really getting it for the +5 armor for your entire team, because Admiral Bulldog will right click, Anti-Mage will right click the hell out of you. So I feel like as a pushing item, Vlad gives you a little bit more versatility in the mid game. Whereas, yeah, Necrobooks is nice. It gives you a lot of aura. It gives you, things like mana burn and all that stuff, but none of it is actually very relevant, I feel. So I'm not liking the choice on Chen here. And of course, Necrobook is a very, very costly item. It's the full Necrobook costs what, 5.5, 5.3. It's an expensive item, whereas Vlad's is just 2k and gives you immediate bonuses. Here we go. Anti-Mage finds himself a juicy Chen creep camp as well as ancient creep camp. And look at the mana burn. Oh man. Oh, Anti-Mage blinks right in, but the tornado will pick up in the air. Do they have Ravage? Yes, they do. But the mana burns him out. BKB gets popped. Hand of God gets dropped right now. And they did force a Hand of God as well as a BKB usage for very, very little cost of Anti-Mage blink cooldown. So they will do just that, as well as the Mana Void cooldown, which has a very, very short cooldown. No big deal. Anti-Mage back to the farm train on the top lane. Already another 3.7k gold in the bank. That is a dual breath being stolen. I was going to say, did he steal Macropire or some other crazy spell in the game? Nope, just a dual breath. Anti-Mace already pressuring on the top lane though. Eternal Envy does drop an EMP Tornado on everybody. Oh, all these guys, no more Modern. This is why when Invoker was the last pick, I predicted a Quas-Wex build. You know, EMP Tornado is so important as a crowd control because without it, I mean, sure, Exhort has nice damage and that's great, but without the EMP Tornado, they're going to be in big trouble. Manta Sauce is going to be popped. It's going to force a couple of TPs, force a glyph usage even. Wow, very nicely played by Black. And I gotta say, Ent is, you know, in quite a bit of control. 10k gold lead, 14k, wow, 14k experience lead. Let's check how we're doing in terms of the net worth. Jesus, the net worth of Anti-Mage. I mean, I knew he was farming well, but this is scary well. And Luna, I mean, Luna is one of those heroes that will do a lot of mid-game DPS, but at this point, I think Anti-Mage has rivaled that DPS. Radiance has already finished. That's a 24 minutes Midas Radiance on Admiral Bulldog, despite having been ganked multiple times, 3 or 4 times, ganked on the bot lane, lost his tower, whatever else. But Roshan is back very soon. Yes, Roshan is back. There is a double damage on the bot lane. If Anti-Mage picks up that DD and go for Rosh, it is a free DD, or Admiral Bulldog could pick that one up and do the damage of himself. We do have the first point into Exhort here from S4, and that's the very important first point Exhort, as it gives you that what's that skill? Well, it gives you Alacrity for the Liberator, of course, but it gives you the pushback of that Deathling Blast. That's the point that's the spell I'm talking about. So very important spell, crowd control spell to pick up. S4 thinks himself as the Anti-Mage and trying to mow down the Roshan, but he does have a double damage. So it's working on this Rosh. Now here we go, the Centaurs are coming. Ivan trying to use Eclipse. Is he going to walk right in to pick up here? He's going to toss him up. No, toss him back. And meanwhile, the net BKB gets pop. And here we go. Ivan drops his Eclipse. Going to get 1 kill immediately. His BKB is running out very soon. Is he going to... Nice Ice Path. The Blink Ravage on a couple of heroes. Not going to be enough though. Ammo Bulldog gets a TP out. He's not going to get the TP out as he's cancelled. He is done. But meanwhile, Anti-Mage says, forget team fights. Can't really team fight right now, so I would just push. So despite a team fight win, that was a 3-for-1 trade. They cannot get the Roshan. Ivan, he's 1 mana away from death, and there you go. Ivan's gonna go down. Somebody gotta defend the racks. The buyback coming from Ivan, but look at the DPS output from from SNY's. No, that was just Anti-Mage with the Ego Song. He just mows down the entire creep wave by himself, gets the melee racks, and it's gonna stop short hitting the range racks before he blinks out. Sure, you won the team fight, but Anti-Mage's got the racks, so I gotta say, this game is not looking too well. Not looking too well, especially with Anti-Mage picking up the butterfly soon after. Let's go back to last hit and denies as we have 300 last hits. 300 last hits on Anti-Mage in 26 minutes. Somebody bust out the calculator and figure that one out. If this game goes for 55 minutes, I dare say he might rival ZSMJ's 55 minutes, 720 creep kills. I dare say that might happen. But it's not happening now. I don't think this game will last 55 minutes. And you know, to be fair, in Dota 1 it did not count neutral creeps, whereas Dota 2 it does count neutral creeps. So not as impressive as that Dusa performance by ZSMJ. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's just, you know, just only the best Dota 1 carry player in history has now retired. 1 game 55-minute farm on Medusa, on released Dota 1 hero, on his casual 720 creep kills. But for now, Black is making it look very close. He's got the Aegis Immortal Butterfly. I think it's time to end the game. Very much so time to end the game as everybody coming in. Ravage is cooling down in 22 seconds. Eclipse is cooling down in 12 seconds. I think it's going to be smart for Eclypsia to give up this tier 2 as they don't have the glyph as well. This very exposed position is not where you want to take a fight. You want to take a fight over here where it's a little bit more clump up, where your Ravage combo is going to get more, where a Macro Pyre as well as your Ice Path is going to get a little bit more. But it looks like they want to defend this one. They want to fight this one. And Ivan down to about half HP. Ravage going to be used immediately. Hits quite a bit. Here you go. Eclipse being dropped here. S4 going to be fine. Ammo Bulldog's going to be fine as well. Everybody's low. Where's the Anti-Mage? Anti-Mage doing a lot of work. Gets 1 kill. Gets a 2nd kill. It's going to be working for a 3rd kill. Oh no! It looks like Anti-Mage taking a lot of damage. That's a 3rd kill. He's still alive. Burns and Aegis for 3-kill buyback here from the Venomancer. NTH will be blinking very, very soon. Here we go. Ivan, look at the... Oh! Did he get bashed? No, he got cold snap. Casual ultra kill. Man, remember that meme when NTH shows up? All the fun is over as he pops his Manta style. That is exactly what happened. Basher already done. He could pick up Abyssal right now. I just want to casually compare to the net worth of this guy, as he's probably got more net worth close to it than the entire enemy team combined. I have never seen stats like this. Holy God. I gotta control my pants because it is moving uncontrollably right now. Unstop says I gotta control this game. I'm in huge trouble as NTH. Remember, he's got the top racks by himself. Now he's gonna get the mid racks by himself. And this game, you know, it's all but over. Generally, commentators have to make the game exciting, but there's no more excitement in this game aside from watching NTH farm, because it'd be over. It'd be over. 25,000 net worth, doubling the highest of the enemy team, and we're gonna see slow push on this tower, and you know, it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. Oh, I do have to retract my previous statement about ZSMJ being the best carrier of all time. Burning have something to say about that, but I'm a ZSMJ fanboy. So, anyways, there you go. There's the Alacrity Syllabare, and there's those Necronomicons looking quite pitiful, and not doing too much. Where's AM? Oh, AM decides to 1v5. Oh, there's one kill. Casual. No Abyssal Blade. One hit. Oh, vacuum. Alright, blink in. This is whack-a-mole theme right here. Oh, one hit. Oh, nice juke. Blink, one hit. Casual 450 damage. He's got the Abyssal. Is he gonna be using it? Cold snap being used. Blink coming off cooldown. Blink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. That's dead. Alright. Still no Abyssal Blade usage just yet. Where's Abyssal? Blink, blink, blink. No Abyssal. There's Abyssal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, boom, boom. Man, easy. Easy mode for Black right now getting these kills. And no TIE Hunter. Another very, very strong dominating performance. Who fed that courier? Must be Kizzle, as it's delivering himself a ward. 3 minutes in the game. Feeds a courier. It's all good. It's all good. That's Black on full carry duty. And that's going to put... Oh, that's going to put... well, is Eternal Envy going to go down? No, Eternal Envy is going to go down. The Anti-Mage picks up himself yet another kill. Let's check out the gold charts just for the lols. But I don't want to take anything away from Eclypsia. They ran their lineup as the way that was supposed to be ran. You know, early game aggression against the Syllabare, trying to shut it down, push down a couple of towers. But it was that one team fight where S4 came in and then killed the Luna after that powerful dive. And all the meanwhile, Black farming up top, pushing towers, getting that early game battle fury as well as the 3,000 net worth. And you know, from that point on, they never looked back. 13-0-1. Man, somebody KS'd him once. It should have been 14-0-0 Black performance, but we'll take it. Enf moves on, and Eclypsia will have to try their luck another day. This has been a performance of Door Fragbite Open. I am Luminous from DotaCommentaries.com. We'll be coming back for even more commentaries shortly after. I believe B-Balling will be joining me on this cast soon. But for now, hope you guys enjoyed this cast, and until next time, this is Luminous signing off to you guys.